I've been using Distrokid since 2019, and in this video, I'm going to share my experience on the platform with you. So I'm going to break this video down into 4 parts. 1 is the options it provides. 2 is my favorite things about the platform. 3 is things I wish that were different. And 4 is things that might surprise you about the platform. Now, before we get into it, let's talk about what Distrokid does. So this platform helps artists, artist managers, and record labels get their music out on streaming platforms. Streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, and Audiomack. It also helps you collect some of your royalties when your music is streamed on these platforms or even bought in some cases. Distrokid offers 3 plans. The first is the Musician plan, second is the Musician Plus plan, and third is Ultimate. Currently, I'm using the Musician Plus plan, but I only upgraded last year. Before that, I was using the Musician plan. Now, I remember when I first paid for the Musician plan, it was in preparation for a challenge I wanted to do, which was release a song every month for 12 months. Now, that year, I ended up releasing about 9 songs, and this was back in 2020, and it was just perfect for that kind of situation. Now, with the plan I was subscribed to, I couldn't set a custom release date. What this means is that when I uploaded my song, the song was available whenever the DSP or the streaming platform decided it was available. However, at the time, I didn't mind that much because my strategy didn't involve a lot of preparation. It was just get the music out there. Today, I like to have a bit of time before I drop a song for promo purposes. I like to do a bit of promotion. Other things I like that came with the upgrade were like sync lyrics in Apple Music, daily streaming stats, and custom iTunes pricing. The uploading process is very smooth if you have what you need ready. Now, I talk about everything that you will need if you're a first-time person using Distrokid in a video that I'm going to leave linked below. You'll be able to prepare yourself, and the upload process will take you less than 30 minutes. 30 minutes is even a stretch if you actually follow all the tips I share. When I first started using Distrokid, one of my favorite things about it was the price point. I thought it was super fair for what I wanted to do. $11.99 to release 12 songs? Sign me up. Now, Distrokid always has discounts that it offers. And that year that I signed up, this was back at the end of 2019, Distrokid was having a discount that took the price from $19.99 down to $11.99 for my first year. Currently, that same plan goes for $24.99. I actually came across an old email back in 2023 where they announced a teeny tiny update of about 10 extra cents per month. Recently, I came across a similar email where they were saying that the price is going to increase by 41 cents per month, making it a $5 increment to whatever we've been paying from last year. So I would say it's not really the price keeping me around. I'm going to talk about that later in this video. I liked their customer support as well from the time I joined. They don't really have a call option. You can't call in and talk to someone, but they have usually always been responsive, right? You send them an email, they reply to you. However, recently things have been a bit shaky. But again, I'm going to talk about that in the next section. Another thing I liked was how fast they got my music onto streaming platforms, especially on Spotify. However, that seems to be something that is common across different platforms. Spotify seems to make your music available faster than others. Recently, like I mentioned as well, things have been a bit shaky. Over the last 1.5 weeks, I haven't been able to access my account, and therefore this has delayed my upload as well. I managed to upload my release, which is coming out on 10th of next month. I actually used the Distrokid mobile app to create, or rather to upload my song. So if you want to check it out, I'll also leave it down in the description. Another one of my favorite things is the payout process. Ever since I set it up, I have never had an issue getting a payout from Distrokid. And it usually takes between 3 to 5 days once I withdraw the money. It also provides different options, and one of the options really caters to what I need because I'm located in East Africa, so they have PayPal and that works here really well. Now, I wish they could really focus on customer support because lately it just hasn't been great. I have an online friend from Nepal. He's been struggling to get his payment from Distrokid for the better part of a month. So it's clear that this is a problem. However, I want to make it known that I haven't faced this. I actually recently withdrew money from my account, so it seems to be maybe a personal problem. I wish they could consider slowing down the price increases, specifically when it comes to the musician plan. I say this because the reason Distrokid attracted me in the first place was because their $19.99 a year annually sounded reasonable to me as a student. It still does. Now, we've seen it grow since then to $24.99, and most of the changes happened over the last 3 maybe years. We've seen it go to $24.99, and judging from the rate of things, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 2 years, people who are in the musician plan are paying $30. I'm sure it makes business sense to do this, but I just think it's also important to highlight some of the qualities that I liked. The most surprising thing that happened to me was when I upgraded my account from the musician plan to the musician plus plan. I got curious after upgrading, can I go back to the musician plan if I wanted to? Maybe if I'm not able to keep paying for the musician plus plan? You guessed it. You can't do that. Sometimes I wonder if that would have deterred me from upgrading had I known.
I guess we'll never know.
The second thing is Mixia, Distrokid's instant music mastering feature. Using this feature, your first track is free, and after that, you'll subscribe at $99 per year in order to get unlimited tracks mastered. Something interesting that I found that I thought maybe some of you guys that have reached this far would appreciate is that when I was uploading my last 2 songs, I found that you could actually pay $10.49 to use this feature as you're finishing your upload, right? So you could upload a song that's mixed, and at the final stage of uploading the song, you can actually enhance it for just under $11. So also, there are extra features which come separate from any plan. Some of these features are like Leave a Legacy, where you pay a one-time $29 fee in order to keep your song up, even though you're not able to pay for your plan. So let's say something happens and you're not able to subscribe, and maybe a year, 2 years go by. When you have the Leave a Legacy plan, your music stays up collecting royalties. However, if you don't pay for the Leave a Legacy feature and you happen to default on payments for I don't know how long, your music will be taken down. I have been using Distrokid since I started this music journey, since I started taking it seriously, publishing my music onto streaming platforms. And unless something happens to the tune of, them failing to upload my music, or the payout process becoming something that I can't tolerate or deal with, Distrokid has been good to me. And that's the very reason why I recommend it. I actually have a 50% student discount for you down in the description. I remember myself when I started distributing music, I was a student at the time, so I believe that some of you will be, and 50% off really can do a lot for you in your first year. For everyone else, you can get yourself a 7% discount. And I hope this experience has helped you in your decision.